What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Baba stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might drive the price of this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here, somewhere at this point, and I've told you that my main assumption was that we should have a retracement that usually has the shape of simple zigzag. And the most probable range where we might land was at roughly $86 mark, because we didn't form the simple zigzag movement. And from this bottom to this top, this was the confluence in between two ranges, one-to-one extension from the A wave projected to the top of the B wave, and the golden pocket range. But instead of this asset went higher, and I have to say that I was completely wrong, and it is totally okay to miss some movements. The only result that matter is you have to be profitable over time. And definitely this movement to the upside that I completely missed didn't brought me losses. Definitely I just missed it and nothing else. That's why you have to be very cautious with any of your position, because the more certainty you have in your forecast, the less risks you might have in the future. So let me delete unnecessary tools and let's continue with the fundamental news. What was the reason of this movement to the upside? And first of all, let me show you this. We are on theguardian.com, and this article was published just several days ago, and it's titled China's Vice Premier signals shift in COVID stance as some lockdowns eased. And let me quote you this. One of China's most senior pandemic response officials has said the country is entering a new stage and mission, in the latest indication of the government's changing approach after mass protests against its zero-COVID policy. Sun Chunlan, China's vice premier, made the comments to national health officials on Wednesday, according to the Xinhua state media outlet. It came as several regions, including Shanghai, began to lift lockdowns despite continuing high case numbers. So, this was the first news that drove the price of all of Chinese stocks higher, and this was the second one. Powell says the Fed is prepared to slow the pace of rate hikes in December. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell laid the groundwork on Wednesday for the central bank to slow its pace of monetary policy tightening as soon as December, all but solidifying prospects of a half-point interest rate hike next month. And I have to say that the next interest rate hike will be announced on December 13th on the next Federal Reserve's meeting. And until then, we have quite decent chances to see the retracement, but everything I will show you in my technical analysis. On top of that, let me show you another news that is quite positive, and we have to be prepared for this. We are on craneshares.com, and this article, let me show it to you, was published, was published on November 29th, and it says, Post-Party Congress, back to business. And let me go to just some details. First of all, we all know that President Biden and President Xi recently met in person at the G20 summit in Bali. And definitely it was a very meaningful event for both countries, because on this meeting they discussed the upcoming policy of two nations. On top of that, let me remind you that in August, the US and China reached an agreement to allow officials from the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board to inspect the audit books of Chinese companies. This could allow US-listed Chinese companies to avoid delisting due to the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act passed by US lawmakers in December of 2020. PCAOB officials arrived in Hong Kong to perform audits of Alibaba, Yum China, JD.com, among other companies in September. On November 16th, the US SEC announced that the PCAOB would likely to announce the results of their inspection before the end of the year. And definitely this announcement might be the crucial point for more than 200 Chinese stocks listed on US stock exchanges. And if the results will be positive, definitely these several companies, one of them is Alibaba, will skyrocket immediately. And that's why we have to be prepared for this, but nothing is set in stone. And depending on the results of this audit, definitely we might see the either way movement. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, definitely for now it is quite tricky to make an assumptions, make a breakdown according to Elliott wave theory. Previously I thought that we have completed only first wave from this bottom to this one. That's why I pulled the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom of the wave to the top of the wave right here, as you can see. But right now we have this leg to the upside, and this probably might be even an extension in a B wave, but it is less likely. It might be the fifth wave, and because of this probably I made a mistake on this breakdown, because we might have something like this. Somewhere here was the first wave, probably the second, third, fourth and fifth. And if it is the case, we should project the levels from the very bottom to the very top. And in this case, we have to adjust this tool a bit. And we have following levels that I cover in just several minutes. But first of all, let me show you that we had a very good breakout above the previous swing high at $85.84 and this swing high. This means we become more bullish on a slightly bigger scale, because we broke this previous top. And because of this, definitely we become more bullish, but let me show you some interesting detail. As you can see, we had this channel, and the price action follows this channel pretty good. But if I adjust this tool to this top and make it a bit longer, as you can see, we still have the upper resistance as a parallel channel. So we connected these bottoms, projected to this top, and we have exact point where this asset had its rollover. And this means we might see the next leg to the downside that probably might retest the lowest range, the lower border of this channel. And if it is the case, we should see the retracement that should unload the entire structure from the end of October till basically present day. And in this case, we have decent chances to accumulate the position right here, somewhere at $77.44 mark, if it is the case and if my assumption is correct. So what should you do if you want to enter the position? Definitely right now at these high points, I don't think that we might see the next major movement to the upside that will break this upper resistance, upper border of this channel, and will hit higher targets. Definitely most likely we should see the retracement or sideways movement in a consolidation phase. But either way, we have to wait, and for now I don't think that you have to be in a hurry to enter your long position. Definitely we should see next major key point. It should be the previous swing high or swing low, and definitely because of this just wait for the confirmation and wait for the better price for your position. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap, only got